Hello everyone, it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis. And today I'll be doing one on Jennifer Lopez. I'll be speaking on her personality traits as well as her characteristic traits based off of the natal chart analysis and upon the places that she has. I'll also explain how she's led to a lot of her success, so please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Please make sure you have that notification bell as well, so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please also make sure you hit that like button so you can show your support for the channel. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who loves Shayla or loves this content. Now let's get right into the video. So Jennifer Lopez was born on July 24th, 1969, so this qualifies her to be a Leo. With this placement, it's actually a great placement to have because having Leo in the sun is great. With this placement, anyone tends to have a lot of confidence, a lot of loyalty to someone. They are generous as well, and they're also the types of people who are very passionate, very warm, and very bold. They are very intense and they love being the center of attention. This is a very interesting placement because this has led to her success because of the center of attention she has. And the love of being that has really led to a lot of the success she's endured, and this is really beneficial for her. With this placement, she's someone that is great and loves it, and this is why having a sun in Leo is great, because the sun is great in Leo and Aries. Up next would be her moon in Scorpio. With this placement, this is a bit of a hard placement because having the moon in Scorpio or Capricorn can be a bit difficult because they aren't really able to have a lot of emotions, or it's hard for them to show that. And also a lot of their childhood or life have been very tragic and hard. So they're the types of people who are very alluring but very intuitive, but they are very intimidating and can read others like a book. They are the types of people who are going to look deeper into certain things, and they do have a hard time of trusting people. They aren't going to really be open to sharing how they feel or sharing who they are to others unless they feel very comfortable around you. With this placement as well, they are very charismatic, they are very mysterious, and they are very much deep. They are very self-confident people and intense and resilient. Up next would be her Mercury in Leo. With this placement, she's someone who is great at communicating. This communication, sometimes it can come off as dramatic, but they are very much going to express themselves in a way for people to understand how they feel and see how they feel as well. With this placement, people are always going to listen to them and be attentive to what they hear. And they just love to hear them talk because they just have this type of enthusiasm and this type of persuasion when they speak. And people just love it because they're able to just feel who they are or feel how the other person's feeling as well. Also with this placement, they are very much going to be very confident with the way that they speak. They are people who are going to be motivational. They are going to be very expressive, very pompous, very creative with the way that they speak, and people are very much going to admire it. Up next would be her Venus in Gemini. With this placement, she's someone who is drawn with someone who has different beliefs and views. She's drawn to someone who may think like her as well. She is someone who may have two sides of her personality, but she's very intelligent, very logical, very witty, lighthearted, and versatile. With this placement, that's who she would want to be as well. She's also someone who uses wit to attract others. She's very playful and may like to be teased or tease other people. She's someone who wants a stimulating and lighthearted relationship. She likes to talk endlessly and yet skip over deeper issues. She likes variety and taste and loves changes frequently. She needs someone who's going to give them freedom. She's someone who may omit information but not lie. And she's someone who has a very big group of friends. Up next would be her Mars in Sagittarius with this placement. She's someone who is not going to be easily angered. However, when she does get angry, it's mostly due to disrespect. She's someone who is going to be very motivated fast, and she's someone who's very moral in regards to her standards and ideals, which is interesting. She works hard to improve a lot of the world at large, and she does demand action. She's someone who's all about physical exercise, and you do see that she does encourage this. She's all about freedom and being able to do what she wants. She's also someone who loves to just be out there and loves to learn different things. She's someone who's also going to be very much restless, and by her having the occupation of being a performer and dancer can really get all that energy out. She's someone who has a lot of fire in her, and she tries her best to do things that will really benefit her. Up next would be her Jupiter in Libra. With this placement, she's someone who has the ability to listen to all sides and make a correct decision with that. She's also someone who's great at balancing her opinions and judging issues. She's someone who may be indecisive when it comes to making up her own mind, but she's very objective and quite concerned with fair play and justice. But she's someone, when it comes to herself, she can be aware of what makes her upset, and she will try to compromise rather than being vulnerable. She's someone who's very important in her relationships, and she appreciates them. She loves to learn about herself and grow, and she needs to observe what is great for her. Her aesthetic is very much of very great taste, and she loves things that are expansive and expensive. So this is very much her Jupiter in Libra. Up next is her Saturn in Taurus. With this placement, she's someone who is very reliable, and she's very dependable and very responsible. Also, with this placement, she's all about completing freedom and a choice to make her ill at ease. She's someone who is very firm, ordered, has a structure, foundation in her life in order to feel comfortable. She does not adapt easily and tends to fear the new and untried. She is constantly in fear of not having enough property, material things, and this makes her tend to be selfish, withdrawn, and stingy. But she needs to surround herself with positive people in her environment, and she just needs to know that she is not her possessions, and she just has to have confidence in herself to know that regardless of what happens to her, she will always do great financially because of this placement. Up next would be her Uranus in Libra. And with this placement, she is someone who's constantly coming up with new ideas and looks at things in a different way. She's also someone who's all about her peer group being free and being unconventional when it comes to relationships and emotional commitments. She is all about different experiments when it comes to different lifestyles, and also in regards to her personal freedom in more important ways than entangling emotional bonds. She's all about the realm of art and aesthetic. She's attracted to something that's shocking, unusual, and stuff that's different. So this is very much a very innovative placement regarding social conventions, marriages, and different things that really have to do with sociability. Up next would be her placement. That would be her Neptune in Scorpio. With this placement, she's someone who is all about being interested in a deep and mysterious way. She's all about exploring and idealizing the benefits that can happen from different stories. She's all about healing and psychology. She's all about experimenting in different things, whether it's substances or anything that can really get her to have a high type of understanding of different things. She's all about knowing about the extremes and even pushing herself to the extreme on different things. Also, with this placement, she finds pleasure in different things that previous generations probably wouldn't have, or something that they don't consider to have. She's also someone who is all about inspiration from anything that is different. Up next would be her lovely Pluto in Virgo. She gets this placement because she was born between 1957 and 1972. She's all about perfection and a down-to-earth attitude. She's all about being hardworking, self-improving, and skilled. She's all about environmental issues and technological issues, and this is something about her generation. She is going to make sure that she works as hard as she can and everyone in this generation to be successful. Sometimes she can be self-destructive and have needless guilt. She's all about helping others as well and offering the practical care necessary to improve anyone's status. She's also someone who's going to make sure that everyone is going to have the success around her that she would want them to have, or the same level that she has as well. So this is a very good Pluto placement to have. Up next would be her North Node in Pisces. And with this placement, she will need to develop these hidden gifts and talents that will help her become a lot better in her career and life. So one is being non-judgmental, being compassionate, surrendering her anxiety to a higher power, freeing the mind through meditation and self-reflection, focusing on the spiritual pathway, trusting in positive outcomes, acknowledging connections with the universe, welcoming change, accepting the truth of the unknown, learning the way of the healer, helping others heal her pain, connecting to her inner faith, pursuing life with intuition, learn that not everything can be explained through logic, focusing her energies on serving without judgment, finding comfort in the ability to heal and inspire others, surrounding herself with people who won't take her kindness for granted. Up next would be her lovely placement that is the Chiron in Aries. And this is actually a pretty difficult placement because it deals with herself, her identity. Usually a lot of Chiron placements deal with things outside of your world. So, you can it'll always be there, but you can kind of dodge it from time to time. But people with the Chiron and Aries have a hard time with themselves. So they don't really believe in themselves and they like to compare themselves to others. They can be very self-engrossed and they're the types of people who just don't believe in themselves. They can feel defeated and they refuse to be assertive because they fear they will get rejected. They feel like the life that they want, they don't really get all the time, but what they do need to realize through healing is that they should move forward with love for themselves, accepting that everyone is different, acknowledging their strengths and weaknesses, and understanding that we are all human beings and having weaknesses and strengths are something that is just going to come with us. Up next would be her ascendant in Libra. With this placement, she is someone who tends to be balanced. She tends to be charming. She's tends to be very beautiful, very artistic. She's someone who's very sociable and polite. She's very sugar-coated and sometimes she can be a people pleaser. With this placement as well, she is someone who is going to always be romantic and very pleasant. She's also very charismatic. She loves to preserve the peace to avoid conflict. She dislikes being alone. She's usually polite and typically has many friends. She's very romantic and gracious, appears friendly but also can be detached or shallow. She has a tendency to pass blame to keep up a nice image. She is softly persuasive and makes a great mediator. Last but not least is her midheaven in Cancer. So with this placement, she's someone who's very intuitive with regards to her career. She's very nurturing. She can be organized, trustworthy, and caring. She loves to cultivate different talents. She is sensitive to others. She loves going with the flow. She's all about what is hard for her is nurturing a grudge. She can be overwhelmed by chaos. She is someone who can get away with going away with the flow, and that's hard because she needs to have a lot of structure, which is great, but sometimes life or in your career is kind of hard, especially in her music career. She's someone who would like to be in a career that's really healing and helpful to other people. And with her music and a lot of the things that she does, I feel like she is very much great at accomplishing that and healing people through her music. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today. Please make sure you let me know down below how you felt. Did you learn more about Jennifer Lopez? Please let me know down below who else you guys would want me to do a natal chart analysis on. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and that you've hit that notification bell. Please make sure you've hit that like button and that share button so you guys can share this video with everyone you know. And please let me know if you have any suggestions as well. Last but not least, please make sure you are following me on all of my social media accounts that are linked on the page, and they are linked down below as well. And if you would like to support my PayPal, please, the link is down below. And thank you guys so much for supporting and watching my channel. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.